We're very fortunate that we have these oak savanna communities and we have the ability to restore them, given that it is less than a fraction of a percent of existing oak savanna remaining. We're in Central Park on the 106 and Humboldt project that we've slated for oak savanna restoration. So we've had a gentleman by the name of Dan Griffin from the University of Minnesota come in and tell us that we have old growth oaks in this particular area.
Back in 2018, we took increment core samples from about 35 bur oak trees. Over half of the trees we sampled had over 150 rings. Almost 10 of the trees we sampled had over 200 rings. The oldest tree we found here, we have an inner ring present for the year 1752, which is of course, before the Declaration of Independence and before the founding of the United States of America. It's long before the founding of Minnesota as a state. For that tree, going back to 1752, we did not capture the innermost rings. It's 2025 today, so this tree's at least 275 years old. They tend to be hollow. We missed some of the innermost rings. It probably is 300. And that's just one that we found. There are tens of thousands of trees out here, and many of them are old and bur oaks.
We looked at the site and we came to the conclusion we had to do some thinning of trees and invasive species that were encroaching in on these old oaks.
So it's really lovely to see how the forest restoration efforts here have opened things up. You can now see more of the kind of savanna-like structure that would have been here 150 years ago when fire was moving through, when the buckthorn wasn't yet here.
We're currently assessing it to see what kind of vegetation shows up with plans to reseed it in the future with native vegetation. And we do have some success stories like the kittentails showing up, and there's other native sedges and forbs that are showing up here, but historically it would have been pretty dry, pretty open rather than enclosed. That leads to better plant communities, better insect communities. You get airflow through, it's not as humid. There might be a little less shade than you would find in a traditional forest, but that shade has a little better quality to it, being that you're getting airflow through there and not necessarily walking through thick, humid, bug-infested forest. It will be a stark change as we go through on these projects and do these tree thinnings. The health of the trees will benefit by having more room to grow. So you'll have fewer trees, but you'll have more high quality trees that have more whole ecosystems up in these areas. We've had really involved local groups around here on this project, and it's really nice to have this project to show them these are the results we're expecting. And it's a really diverse site, and it's a really good look into kind of the future of Central Park as a whole.